Well, I have my phone resting against a plank of wood on the back of our red truck, so I kind of had to do that, lean way in to try to get to her a little bit. But hey everyone, Pyro Bear here. Welcome back to the channel. Got another special video for you this evening, where we got another artillery show comparison video. I try to do one of these every once in a while. Sometimes I'll do it once or twice every few years, just when I can get my hands on a different artillery show kit. So anyhow, let's get right into it here. We have the standard 1.75 diameter ball shell. These things are pretty basic. You know, you got your lift cup right there. You have your top that kind of just contains the stars and the effect. Then you have your fuse. Your fuse that leads all the way down to the lift cup, ignition, sends it into the air, boom, pretty stuff. Now, as like a little prop here, we have my knife. We're gonna do a little comparison here. So, yeah, my knife's probably about 4 inches, maybe 4.5 inches tall. With the blade up, it's probably more like 7 inches. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But anyhow, that is your standard 1.75 diameter ball shell. Now, here we have what I like to call poor man's canister shells. These are pretty basic. You know, obviously with a canister shell, they're a little more different than a ball shell. The max load for a canister shell is 60 grams, and you can use that 60 grams however they desire. Some companies prefer it to launch higher in the air than have a slightly smaller display. Some companies prefer to have a larger display, but then they go slightly lower in the sky. So anyhow, we got two poor man's canisters here. Now, if we were to take my knife here, line it up with the end, it's about the same height as the ball shell, give or take. I mean, there's a little bit of cardboard there, but yeah, about the same height as the ball shell. So, and you know, along the same lines with this, yep, about the same height, give or take. This one's a little more compact. But anyhow, for a long time, I mean a long time, these three items were the basics of what I knew fireworks were. Poor man's canister shells and the ball shell. This is what I knew about fireworks. Now, up until recently, like within the last year or so, I'm sure you guys remember, got the Smoke and Mirrors kit here. Smoke and Mirrors by Brothers Pyrotechnics. This is a 4-inch canister shell here. Now, if we compare this to my knife, both the knife and the canister shell are exactly the same length, which is pretty cool. Now, we have the blade. With the blade is probably around 7, maybe even 8 inches. I don't know. Close this, try not to cut myself again. But yeah, this is a very great kit. However, people who have been in the firework industry, they've evolved even more. This right here, I believe this is a pre-loaded 5-inch artillery shell. I was a huge fan of these last year. I actually picked up a couple of these. By a couple, I mean 2. May go back some other time and get another one. I don't know. Just kind of depends how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling it. But these are 45 millimeter Zenith Specialties preloaded artillery shells. And this thing has some weight to it. It weighs probably about 1 pound. So, not sure if you guys are hearing that or not, but yeah, it's got some weight to it. But I imagine these are what all of this is going to eventually migrate to. Then we have the piece de resistance for this gear, I should say. And that is the 5-inch canister shell. This specific canister here is from the Rainfire Nishiki Kumuro kit by Winda Fireworks. Actually picked these up a few days ago. Shout out to Backyard Finale and Rob Jones. We compare it to my knife here. My knife's actually shorter than it. But with the blade out, the knife is probably around 7 inches with the blade. I don't really know. But let's talk about the Nishiki Kumuro effect for a minute, which is the effect that this specific canister shell has. The Nishiki Kumuro and the willows. If any of you know what a willow is, it's basically a gold effect that when it explodes, it covers the whole sky and slowly rains down and fizzles out. Nishiki Kumuro, or Kumuro, don't really know how to say it, to be honest with you. It's a Japanese term. It's a Japanese/Chinese fireworks term. But Nishiki Kumuro is apparently it's more brighter and longer lasting. Now, I'll be perfectly honest. I've had my eyes on this specific kit for a while now. There's only 6 shells that actually came in the kit. But I've had my eyes on these just for a while because, you know, you don't really find very many Nishiki Kumuro effect-based kits. So anyhow, we have the 1.75 diameter ball shell, the poor man's canister shells, the preloaded 5-inch shell, the 4-inch canister shell by Brothers Pyrotechnics out of the Smoke and Mirrors kit, and the 5-inch canister shell out of the Rainfire Nishiki Kumuro kit by Winda Fireworks. Those are all the different artillery shells. This ain't an artillery shell, it's a preloaded shell, but you know, big whoop, that I have for the current being. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this artillery shell comparison video. If you did, please consider subscribing. We're doing relatively well. I mean, I feel like I say that all the time. I really do. But like summertime, July, June, sometimes late May and August, they are my peak season for some reason. They are when I gain all of these bunch of different people, which I very much appreciate. Now, you guys take care. Hope you had a safe, fun Independence Day. God bless America. Take care, everyone. Good grief.